Welcome to this segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. This is brought to you by BeSimply.
Stars, trees, clouds, and the moon. They all have a meaning and they look just like you.
This segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. In this moment, we're going to do a little Dharma talk, Suzanne style, silent meditation with undertones of random rab, and then a sound segment, healing, balancing your electromagnetic field and all your meridians. So I hope you stay through the whole thing, or you can look at the timestamps below and pop in where you choose. All right, so we are in it, and we have been building to this, and I say we, our collective consciousness is in it. It's expanding. The train has left the station and the water is running rapidly down the riverbanks. And in accord with one of the prophecies out from Hopi Nation is this is what I think feels to many, and might be referred to in other texts as the ninth hour. And so it is encouraged by our ancestral elders to not hold on to the riverbanks. And you can apply this metaphor to many things in your life. When you're in a situation and you're just wanting to hold on because you're comfortable with that aspect of self, or that aspect of a relationship, or that aspect of a business relationship, whatever it might be. But more than likely, there is something there that does not keep the energy flowing like a river. You want to just allow it to flow and allow you to move with it in a way that can be harmonious with your inner and outer landscape. So as it relates to our inner landscapes, many of you might be observing many things internally and externally. You also might be a little bit more reactive in this moment. And when those reactions come up, they are the opportunity to practice and to let go. And even though you might feel like, I can't let go, it feels like a piece of flypaper stuck to my hand, that's all right. Just keep reminding yourself, I'm going to let go. I let go. Thy will be done. Just let it go. And what you perceive in this moment, internally and externally, is really a glimpse of your own ultimate soul's transformation. And sometimes we can get distracted with the other transformation that's going on around the world when it's not really our inner work, it's someone else's. So the way you can help the whole right now is to really look at what might cause you disharmony, might cause you anxiousness, fear, all those things that aren't really helpful, and really take a pause. And this is a great way to do it by listening to this segment. Listen to everything that's offered here, just to welcome your entire system to relax. Because when we constrict with fear, with anger, with trepidation, all those things, it constricts our entire energetic field that runs through us, our biofield that runs around us, and it sends a signal to people, places, and things that might live with you or are near you or far away if they're part of your biological or soul family, and that we impact each other that way. So the best thing that you can do right now, without knowing the full script that's unfolding right now, is just to turn in, and those little parts of you that want to grasp, just release. Open your hands and let go of those things that you so desperately want to hold on to. And as I've mentioned before, anything we grasp at will cause us suffering. And the analogy and the metaphor from our wise ones out at Hopi Nation, if you grab onto the riverbank, eventually you might grow very tired. And once you finally have to give way, you might not have the strength or the cognition to navigate the river as you make your way down, and it might be more difficult for you. And so as one of my Tibetan family members, Rinpoche's teachers, will say is make it easy on yourself. There's no reason to make it hard. And sometimes we just like to do that, but that's okay. So where this goes beyond, like where the river goes, is really a collective focus. And the most difficult thing when we embrace letting go and impermanence, we are in the season of death, which symbolizes impermanence, and going into the season of rebirth, is that that's the mystery point. When we finally let go and walk through that metaphorical gateway of death, or that literal gateway of death, we have that mystery point that allows us, if we have awareness, if we retain the practice of observation and awareness, to see all that needs to be seen as it relates to your eternal being. It's when we grasp and we look and we want to see for someone else, or peek or sneak, or all those kinds of things, that we lose our awareness. And this is why in some of the yogic teachings, it really talks about that, like not to, grasp at anyone, not even a little look where you're observing someone and you want them, or you're admiring them or objectifying them, or you're jealous of them, all those things. It's really, really important that you keep your awareness here, because as soon as you send your energy out via thought, via glance, via an action, because of something that you're grasping at, it will diminish your state of being. And so right now is that time to really keep the focus for yourself, like where is my eternal being going? And what in this physical realm am I really focused on serving? And stay focused there. Because all of the other things, this giant cosmic tapestry right now is going through a giant shift. It's like all the warp and wefts are being reorganized on the loom, and things are being untied. Karmic knots are being untied. Karma is ripening. And so each one of us can assist in that process by staying focused and not getting reactive to things that we might not fully understand. And this is the beautiful thing about a spiritual practice, is when we have awareness and objectivity, we inherently understand that we don't know all things in every moment, and that the set and setting in our perspective can change. We can gather new information, and then we are like, oh, wow, this is the truth of that. And it's interesting because we're moving into an age where science and spirit will work in tandem. They are very important to help one understand what is possible, and to work from one to the other is really important. And by science, I mean science is always changing. It's a mechanism to test things, to see if they work. And we can do this with our abilities on a spiritual level, is that if you're getting information in, then you can test it in your perceptual physical dimension based on that information that comes in. And over space, as you continue to have these checks and balances, you will see the accuracy that occurs when you stay objective, when you really stay as the observer of what's unfolding, and then drop in and take action. And so that observer is so important as you cultivate your meditative practice, not just in a formal sit like we're going to do here, but in every moment. If you can bring in the observer just to really take in everything that's happening, you'll start to see all sides, and you'll start to see where you're reactive, where you have attachments, and where you need to let go a little bit more so that you can see clearer. And that's why when we walk through that death gateway, we're afforded these brief moments, and people articulate it in different ways, but it's just you. Like it's really you, and it's the holographic projection that you feel you need in that moment as you walk through the in-between. And I'm not saying there aren't some helpers, but it's really you, and the helpers will turn into whoever you need to be for lack of intensive purposes. But follow me here. As you walk through that gateway, similar to when you walk through that gateway in meditation, you enter a space where all things are and all things aren't. And when the mind wavers and starts to have an attachment, let's say, to something that happened, maybe the sadness of exiting one life and entering into the unknown, there's this aspect of self. Once the self looks, then one can see all things. And when one can see all things, suddenly it starts to make sense. And oftentimes it's not what one thinks when they drop into the physical realm and can only address what's in front of them in that specific moment. And so maybe someone wronged you, and then you're in that in between, and you're like, whoa, you see the past actions that you took that led to the point and the reason they wronged you. And then your lens shifts. You might see something that was created or invented and you deemed it as a beautiful gift, but then you see the true nature of it, that it actually causes harm. And so this is the profound thing that can happen, because sometimes we take certain actions in life with the intention of doing good, with effort that we feel is a great solution to help others, but we don't consider all directions, and we also don't consider the bigger picture, the big picture. And that's okay. As our consciousness continues to increase, we will have a better understanding of what we're doing in each moment and what the ripples are from there. So to bring it into the most simplest moment is each time that you sit in your meditation, you have the opportunity to really let go. You go in, and then without attachment, you let everything else fall away and you see what arrives. And so today, when we go in, I want to encourage you to feel this opportunity to walk through your meditation today a little bit deeper. And yes, I have the undertones of random rab there, but that's an opportunity for you just to allow that undertone to assist you. And similar, I'm kind of laughing, my pup, River, we're going to hear River at the end of this segment, is making noise. But I've always liked my segments to be raw and real. And as this relates to ambient noise in and around you, is a great way to practice your meditative repose, because you bring your focus point. Really, you can tune out everything if you so to choose. And sometimes I'll do these and I won't even notice till after the fact that there were noises happening. So it's always an opportunity, whether you're having some kind of dissonance in the external world or the internal world, to drop in and go further, to go beyond and find that sweet spot where you can allow everything fall away. And that transmission I've been talking about, isn't verbal, it's not sounds, it's nothing. Everything falls away, everything vanishes. And in that space, you've moved beyond. And then you can understand things when you come out of it that you may not even be able to articulate, but it's really recalibrated many things for you. This is where spontaneous harmony can be restored to the mental body, the physical body, the spiritual body. And the more adept you get at this ability to really go into the void, you will crave this, because it's the ultimate nourishment for your soul. And as I mentioned, if you want help with that, let me know. And to be stated here, this isn't hypnosis when you go into this space. This is you, your bum, the cushion, and sitting and being diligent with it. It's oftentimes really important to have a third party for some guidance through this training so that you don't get lost, because people get lost. And it's okay. You'll find your way back around. But again, that grasping is what causes people to want to experience something. Like in this day and age, people are grasping to be out of body. They don't even know how to operate in body, let alone, I don't recommend people trying to acquire those skills, because the basis needs to start with a really advanced, adept sit in meditation. And I say advanced meaning that one can hold their awareness in that state of being for long periods of time. If one can't, and they keep popping out of space, out of their body voluntarily or fabricated through certain mechanisms, it can be very dangerous, and you can cause yourself and others a lot of harm. So to bring that all back in, is that right now, our consciousness in this collective experience that we're all having as spiritual beings down to human beings is we're going through a transformation, a huge transformation that irregardless of the 3D players on this set, we're all in it. And it's kind of like a giant ayahuasca ceremony. You have to sit through it, and people are going to purge, people are going to thrash, people are going to feel euphoric, all these different kinds of things. But on the other side of that experience, that journey right now, you will feel bliss, love, gratitude, and you will potentially have a better understanding of what the heck this transformation is about. To be noted that sometimes, and more than not, when one is going through a transformation, a personal and a collective simultaneously, that it takes a lot of space to understand it. It could take years upon years in our calendar system that we associate with, and it can take lifetimes. And so there's no rush. There's nothing you have to shout from the mountaintop. It's just really to practice observing and dropping in and letting go of what doesn't serve you. And that's why before you meet your next death gateway, metaphorical or literal, is that you want to have a lighter load. And that lighter load is about that your mind is clear, that your heart is clear, that you are aligned with your soul. All your physical perceptual possessions have nothing to do with where you will transition to. And you will also understand that if you're really attached to any of those things, enjoy them, but they are not of greatest importance eternally. They are something that you get to experience for a blip in the giant cosmic field. So as we go into this meditation, I'm going to welcome each and every one of you to come up into a seated position, and just gently from there, bum to the cushion. If you can be on the floor, fantastic. And you're going to gently bring yourself all the way up, lifting that spine up, 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 up. And when you're all the way up, I want you just to gently roll your shoulders back and drop them down. And you can be in a half lotus, a full lotus, crisscross applesauce. If you can't do that, keep your legs straight out or feet flat on the floor. And then from there, if you historically have a busy mind, or do not have a lot of experience meditating silently, solo, I want you, and that would be consistently, like you do it daily, I want to welcome you to find a spot down in front of you on the floor, on the surface in front of you, in your lap, and take a nice gentle gaze right there. And then gently from there, take a deep breath in. And out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Another one, inhale. And exhale. Good. And then gently from there, as you enter in, keep your eyes focused on that point or the eyes closed, and start to observe your natural breathing pattern. And if your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to your focal point. Gently from there, I welcome you to gently lean back and recline or move fully into Shavasana, a prone position on your back with your palms facing upward as we transition into receiving sound. As you settle in, just take a nice gentle breath into the heart and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. And then continue to follow your natural breathing pattern. Anondo ane ai, ane ane ano ane ai, ane ane ram, ane ane ram. Anondo ane je ai, ane ane ano ane ai, ane 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 Anondo ane alam, ane ane ano ane ai, ane 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 Anondo ane ai, ane ane lam, ano ane ai, ane ane ram, ane ane ram. And as you gently bring your awareness back to here, gently welcome you to roll over onto your right or left side if you're not there already. And when you're ready, just gently rise up into a seated position, bringing your head up last. And gently just say inward with your eyes. And bring that spinal column up, 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 and then drop the shoulders down. And then gently from there, as you breathe in and out, observing the breath, I want to welcome you just to take a moment to express silent gratitude for all aspects of self. And as you feel into that gratitude, taking another deep breath in and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Another one. Inhale. And exhale. And as you continue to breathe in and out, welcoming you to bring it back to here and just integrate that which you've received in this moment, giving yourself space to move into the next. And as you move into the next, as we continue through this lunar cycle, making our way towards the next new year, Tibetan New Year, at the next new moon, I encourage you to feel into this aspect of your ability, one, to see what's true, observe from a deeper space of inner knowing and awareness, and then to practice letting go and coming back into neutral if you feel reactivity internally. Allow all of that to unwind, move outside of you, but remember you don't have to hold on. And if you're feeling fear, because we are in death and fear season, this is that season to practice letting that go. And what that allows you to do is to really harness the full possibility of creation, which occurs at that sweet spot between death and birth, winter and spring. And so as you get more comfortable with what that means, your energetic load will be lighter. Those things that you've grasped to, held onto, whether they've been positive building or diminishing building, they will continue to deepen and enrich within you. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here in this moment. If you have questions, if you want to deepen your practice, reach out or comment below. I will get in touch with you. I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank Dante Marino, Random Rab, and Kadri Scott for being here in this moment. Please support the arts. It's so important. We're going to be sharing some exciting ways to do that, but the simplest way is find the artists you love, connect to these artists, send them a little love in form of currency or purchasing their music or their swag, whatever it might be. Hire them. And that's an amazing way to keep the arts moving. The arts are this very important bridge from our physical reality to our soul. And we're going to exit out with little Kadri Scott, her song called River. And until next time, this is Suzanne signing out with a full heart, a soft gaze, a deep bow, and a namaste.
Something changed, it'll feel so strange now. And if you show what remains, I will never say no. And like a river flows, my love remains. And I'm not ready to let go. So please just stay, Jasmine. Warm air and cinnamon wood burning. Children laughing and people passing. The world spins, but we just stand still. There was love, watch it fade. Don't you feel so strange now? And how do you know people change if they never say so? And like a river flows, your love has strayed, 'cause you were ready to let go. I'll do the same, Jasmine. Warm air and cinnamon wood burning. Children laughing and people passing. The world spins, and we just stand still. No. Jasmine. Warm air and cinnamon and wood burning. Children laughing and people passing. The world spins, but we just stand still. We had love, what remains? Everything's so clear now. And what do you know? People change.